have scorpion.
What's scorpion taste like?
Crunchy?
Yeah, it's crunchy, but it tastes like, can you remember barbecue twisties? It's exactly what it tastes like. Yeah.
Did you, when you came here to commentate and watch the Beijing Olympics, did you ever think, one day I'm going to be swimming in the pool again?
Nah.
Right.
That's the funniest thing, is like last time I was here, I was like, I want to do this.
I like most about his personality. He has so many great achievements, but yet he's so humble. And he's really nice to everyone, and when he's talking to you, it's like you're the whole universe. It's really sincere.
It's funny how young and inappropriate you're allowed to be. It really suits me. And it's great that it's for everyone who doesn't want to grow up. So I kind of like, you know, I fitted in really well when I started here. I'm like, wow, everyone's just like me. It's quite a young team. So I've been meeting some of the new people. I'm not so out of the era for them that it's odd. That they were alive when they saw things that I did.
Do you start to get shaky or nervous or no?
I don't do nervous anymore.
No.
I'm over it. There's a point where you get to where like anxiety is actually like good for you, but if you're getting into the nervous point, that's seriously nervous. It's, you know, it's not helpful to performance. If you qualify 9th and 10th, you actually have to go to the marshalling area in case someone doesn't turn up. There's a slight possibility that you can swim. When you're 9th and 10th, the last thing you want to do is to be waiting at the marshalling area to swim, because you already feel like, you know, I missed out. You leave all the other swimmers and you go, oh, well, I don't get to swim. And you walk off and go, yep, still feel like a loser.
Ian Thorpe's comeback to competitive swimming continues to flounder. At a World Cup short course meet in Beijing, Thorpe failed to qualify for the 100 metres freestyle final.
I realise what I have to work on, and it's not things in training, it's things around racing.
Are you still aiming for the Olympics next year?
Yes. Thanks, guys. Cheers.
Yeah.
Thanks, guys. Thank you. Thanks. Thank you. Dark boss. Boys. So I've gone from a position where, you know, every swim before that, you know, no one's beaten me, to going, well, where do you start off? Like, what's the starting point to get back to that point? You know, I don't know what it is, and no one else does.
So when will you know if you're in the Australian squad? That's all the trials, yeah?
Yeah.
March?
March 15th.
Adelaide?
Yeah.
15, that's quick. Should be the end of March. 2 weeks.
What is it, 17 weeks now or something?
Don't talk like that. Your Prime Minister, Helen Thorpe, did she used to play rugby?
Yeah, she's the captain.
Okay. She looks like it.
Oh, don't you be trash mouthing my Prime Minister when your one's a...
She's the... Oh, come on, come on. What's her name?
What, a little bit of makeover?
Helen Clark.
A little bit of foundation and, you know, dulling down the rang. It's not, does not make a hottie.
She's got, like, she's not hot. But Helen Clark, she'd be...
Okay, if you had to, which one would you kiss? If
would
you
you
had
rather?
to, tonguey.
Oh, for
Clark
real.
or Gillard?
Julia? Yeah, gun.
Yeah, I did Julia.
Would you?
Yeah, for shizzle. As long as she doesn't speak.
I'm not pushing it. 짠, 짠.
でまいりましたので、どうぞ拍手を持ってお迎えをいただきたい
Please
と思います。
welcome the autograph with your hand, please.
And this is probably a pivotal stepping stone for me in my preparation for the Olympic Games.
I'm gonna keep it going. That's fine. I know that hurts.
Oh! Amazing. This is the first. I performed easy fast. You're able to swim fast, but it feels easy. And although you're not going easy, you feel effortless. And it's when stroke, it just falls into place. And, it's kind of what we train for, what we try and feel and experience in swimming. It's when you get the rhythm and the balance right, everything just falls into place.
I think it's a significant race for him here. Like 50.2 in Beijing was a good starting point, but it's essential really. He swam under 50 in this series. His strength has always been the back half of his races, so to see that coming back into vogue is a good thing.
Two months before Olympic trials, Ian Thorpe's admitted he's struggling for the first time after missing the final of the 100 metres freestyle at the Victorian titles today. But Thorpe says his first race in Australia in 6 years was not a setback, despite finishing 13th overall.
Having a pretty major problem with anxiety before I swim. I've had anxiety before I've raced, but it's always been a really healthy, good amount, the kind of amount that makes you fire, not the amount that makes you feel like that you can't breathe. So when I dive in a pool now, I feel like I can't breathe and I think I'm drowning, which when you're a swimmer is kind of really not good.
Take your mark.
Once I stand on the blocks, even more, and then when I hit the water, it's the worst. I feel like I don't have enough air in my lungs for when I dive into the water for at least 30 seconds. Yeah, I'm physically breathing. Like it's like crazy people talk, because I can watch the video and see myself breathing, but I feel like I'm not breathing. For me, I feel like I'm in the surf getting smashed around. This is how I feel in the water. And then rational thought comes into my head. This is why it's about 30 seconds, that, well, you've made it 30 seconds and you're not dead.